Well, that's not even round. Oh, the cheap crap you can get off eBay these days. What's up YouTube? My name's Quickie, welcome back to the channel. Today is Monday and I'm having a bit of a mishmash week again. Basically I want to get all the little jobs and odds and sods stuck back on the bike, so you know we've got a clear run at getting these top yokes done. That's the plan. And basically I want to get it all sorted. I have done the CAD model, and from that I can get the drawings and everything else. We'll be going over that in a minute and you'll see what I'm hoping to be able to make. So if you want to see it, stay tuned. If you don't, go watch something else, that's fine. But yeah, I've got this cheap set of headlamp brackets and they're not even round. They're supposed to go from 43 to 50mm fault legs. Yeah. If you was to put the clamping bolt all the way down, well, one, it's not even flat here, and two, it definitely ain't round. So we're going to have some fun and games with this. I can see that coming. But I'm cheating because I don't need to make this stuff. I'll do all that properly when I project the bike. So just some cheaply bolt on bits and pieces to get me going and we'll be fine for now. That's where these come in as well. This is a race set of pegs because I hate those ones with a passion. They wobble about all over the place. There's no feeling. You can't tell what the bike's doing just because your feet are like this all the time. So I've gone for a set of race rear sets, which is cool. They're all solid. They should fit. I haven't tried them yet, but they look ugly as hell. And I have to keep getting it in my mind. It don't have to look pretty at this point. It's a test bed. We just want it functional and working. And they're not made too shabby or anything. They're just like horrible design. But they will do the do. It is a race set of pegs, so there is no provision for the spring for the brake light. You know, that sort of stuff, which would obviously go on here. So we're probably gonna have to run like a hydraulic brake light switch. Basically it goes, you just get a longer banjo and it just goes onto the top of the master cylinder. I've used them for years. I've had them on the Blade, the R1, RSV 1000, all that sort of stuff. Never let me down, never missed a beat. You know, don't get covered in crap and stop working and springs come off and all that sort of stuff. They're just not an issue. So I'm quite happy to run one. They're not expensive. I'll get one ordered and get it sent through and then we're in business. But these will get me going at least. So we can start on those top yokes. That's the plan. You might notice I'm a little bit red. That's because yesterday on Sunday we had a beach day. Sam, my other half, she's actually going on 2 holidays without me, and I'm not bitter. Oh, hello. That's probably her saying, don't be telling everybody I'm going on holiday without you. More messages. Yes, it's like a family trip up to Hartlepool, where her dad's from, so they're going up to see family and have like a holiday up there for a week. And she noticed this thing, oh yeah, Gran Canaria, cheap as chips, I'm going. So she's off. So she's off on that one in, I don't know, 15 days time, 2 weeks time, something like that. I can't get all the time off because I'm still not sure when I'm going to be moving into the model shop. I'm still not in there yet, so I can't take the holiday. So what I can do though is take the Thursday, Friday, Saturday and the Sunday off, so I get 4 days of playing about in here on my own, and I can go home whatever time I want. So I should be able to get a fair amount done. But then I want to be on this. I want to get it finished basically. I want to go out and have a play. So that's what I'm doing. I'm bolting on some cheating goodies which look horrible, weren't expensive, but it will get the job done. And then we're making those top yokes. Right, let's try and make a not round thing a bit rounderer. Sorry. You might have noticed I just dropped it. Oh, combination of greasy hands, not watching what I'm doing. I've dropped it. Well, the good news is there's no dents and, you know, I haven't broken the glass or anything else. There is a big old guff here around the headlamps around because it kind of scooted. So it now looks a little bit antique-y. It did have this plastic thingy on the front. I don't think that really did anything, but the glass isn't broken. I've just got this scuff down the corner. It'll do for now. And to be fair, the whole of the bike is just a test bed, like I keep on saying. It's got loads of little scuffs, so I'm not too fussed about that. It's not even dented it, it's just scuffed it because it's scooted along the floor. Bloody hell. Right then. Don't bloody drop it this time. I hate it when that happens. You can see it going and you can't grab hold of it. There is nothing that can move that quick to grab hold of it once it's gone. It's alright, it'll be fine. They don't even supply like mounting hardware or washers or anything on this. Not for the, you know, the headlamp brackety jobby or any of that. Why aren't you going in? Come on. Deep bird, yeah? Stay where you are. Right. Yes. Not going anywhere now. Right, where's your spanner? This is just a standard Bandit 1200 headlamp. You know, it's basic. I'm not the massive fan. I'd like the back of the bowl to be completely round. So this is never going to be used on the project bike. You know, not for final builds or anything else. So I'm not that precious about it really. Right, which one's brake? You'll brake. You brake? Yeah, she'll brake. This is the old one. God, it does move it, doesn't it? Right, okay, so this is going to be moving. If you look at these as they would sit on the bike, like that, obviously the middle mounting hole is now redundant. We don't have one over here, we're just going with these two, which is fine. So with that in the same orientation, the peg actually moves quite a lot. See, this angle is a hell of a lot more than from there to that peg, so it's basically moving the peg up to about here. So maybe 20 mil in each direction. Main reason is just for ground clearance. There is no provision on this for a brake switch, which you can see on the back here. So you've basically just got a switch which you can adjust by winding it in and out of that thread. Hopefully you can see that. Such that when you press the brake pedal, this arm moves down, pulls on a spring which pulls the plunger out and makes a switch basically, and you just adjust the switch. So like if you're pressing your pedal and your light ain't coming on, if it's not that it's disconnected, it could be that this just needs to be adjusted up a bit more because it might not be making a switch, and if it's on all the time you just need to wind it down. Dead simple. But it's going to get rid of these stupid little rubberized vibration isolated jobbies and this big old rubber bit on the peg. I just like a solid peg. You can just feel what's going on a hell of a lot more than you can do on that sort of setup. So let's find some. I don't like those bolts. Have I got any that I can replace it with? Right, actually, before I take this off, I'll show you. Stupid bloody thing don't fit, as is the case with most aftermarket crap that you buy off eBay. This peg, admittedly, I do have a 1200 swing arm in. However, these were marketed to fit on a GSF 600 and 1200 Mark 1. So it would expect the same frame and the same swing arm on the 1200 if that's what you was buying it for. However, that peg there is obviously supposed to locate in the end of the master cylinder to actuate it. However, nothing lines up. So there isn't, to get it to line up, you would want it to go straight on the back like that. And then it would go. It would be painfully bloody close and it would hit your swing arm because the stupid thing is too long. If you go like that, which is what I'm probably going to end up doing, then it's on the thicker part. And even if you could get it on either end, there is no way of fixing it down in place so that this doesn't come off. You know, there's no hole in the end for an R-clip or anything like that. So I'm going to have this peg off, remachine it on the lathe, on chuck, just so I can get the flaming ready to bolt on rear sets bolted on, like what it said on the advert. It's rubbish. Right then, so a little bit of modifying later on. See, if I didn't have chuck, that just would have ended up being a bolt with a load of washers on it and all sorts of stuff. But just because I can turn stuff down and do the job properly, makes a massive difference. So let's have a look, see how we did. Right, he's on and I've got all the clearance that I need. Yeah, we're all good there. The only thing is, I don't like it because there's no return spring. So I'm going to have to make up one of those little cup jobbies with a spring in the middle just to make sure it returns. I'll do it the same as I did for Steve-O's bike, just I'll just do it in alley. So it'll be an alley collar that goes inside the top lip of the master cylinder, and a cup that sits on under here with a spring between the two. That should give us a return action, so that'll be fine. Yeah, that'll be alright. Right, other side. Right, I would get you in here. Oh, hello, someone's nicking something. Oh, no, they just got caught. I would get you in here, but you won't be able to see a damn thing. So I'm just going to get on and get it done. Pretty much the same as the other side. We've just got to sort out the gear linkage, that's all. Right, I've managed to get 2 of them out. You're still warm. Neither of them look like they've been thread locked. It's just rust. Right, that top one though, he's just rounded over. I heated it up, I tapped it with a hammer, enthusiastically. It was just taps basically. The idea was that if it was thread locked in, the heat would basically destroy it so you could get it out. Heat also obviously helps with a bit of rust, because where it all flakes together and stuff, it kind of expands and just everything goes tight. So heating it up and then tapping it with a hammer should loosen it. But that one, he ain't coming out, not without a fight. However, I've got a welder. I'm just going to weld something to it and have it off that way. What's around here that I really don't want to get hot? Well, the guy behind it's far enough away. I don't want any spatter on the chain, so that needs to get covered up. And putting heat into it might even help break some of the rust off again. And then we'll just wind it off basically. That's the idea. Why is it always the last one that gives you grief, eh? Yeah, there we go. Can't be doing with all this. Soak it for days in WD-40, heat it up, tap it, look at it, use harsh language on it. Just weld something to it, isn't it? So all I've done here, God, he is minging. All I did there was, where are you? There you go. Just a piece of 4mm angle with hole drilled in it, 13mm, plug welded it. Combination of the heat and then the leverage, just, you know, it all just comes off, doesn't it? Simples. Right, these are junk. I ate them already. There's lots of things to hate about these. They're not the prettiest things, but you know, it's just things like the machine marks. You didn't clean them up or anything else like that. That sort of stuff just does my head in. I've wound the rose joints in all the way as well. As you can see, this one goes snug, that one don't. There's like 10mm of thread still sticking out of that. Why? Don't get it. But fundamentally, we've got some other problems as well. It says that these are basically track day or race pegs. Okay, fine. So if we shove a bolt in there, I mean, there is bugger all clearance on the back of this. There is bugger all clearance between this gear linkage and that bolt. There's like under 1mm, I would say. And also the lever clobbers on it here. Now it does say in the description, where is it? Just read it out. So they are designed to fit with no further modification to the bike, raising and moving the footrests to provide more ground clearance. The design has proven to be very tough and durable. It's just the brand new set of Bandit 600 1200 race rear sets of a design used for many years at all levels of road racing and track days. Right, all levels of road racing and track days does not mean you've got to use race pattern shift. And I don't even think you could do that with this either. Or not for what I want to use it for. Race pattern shift, for those that don't know, let's take that out for a minute. Normally on a road bike, to change up gear, you lift the lever up. Agreed? That's how they all come. So as you lift the lever up, this point moves forwards, that pushes on the gear linkage, which is rough as hell, look. That pushes on this little lever here, and it rotates the shaft that it's connected to counterclockwise. That's the way it needs to go to shift up a gear. Race pattern is the other way around. So what you would essentially do is flip this bracket, this arm 180 degrees, so it is now down here. So as you push down on the lever, you're basically pulling it, and that shaft still goes counterclockwise, but the direction that you move this lever is reversed basically. Well, you can't do that with these pegs if you want it to be a road bike, because you've got your side stand switch there. No further modifications needed. Well, I can think of a couple. So what's the options then? Well, Right, well, how much clearance am I going to need to make this work? So if I go hard up on there without that stupid spacer, I've got, I don't know, 2.5mm clearance between there and the bolt. But here, I'll need at least 3. So I could try and space all this out by 3mm. And that could work. I would probably go 4. Just because, why wouldn't you? A bit more clearance is a good thing. It's either that, and that would allow me to keep it as road pattern. If I wanted to go race pattern and flip that around, then I need to relocate my side stand switch, which probably means putting something on the back of the side stand here and relocating that on the frame behind it down here somewhere, which I really don't like the idea of doing. This bike is ultimately going to get sold on once it's all looking like an old school cafe and blah blah blah. And most people, well, I would say all people are familiar with road pattern, not that many are familiar with race pattern. So I think that's going to be the best option to start off with. Right. Alright, how are we doing? Oh, that's better, huh? Got maybe 3mm clearance between the lever and the rod, and then the rod and that bolt down the bottom, and it runs in a dead straight line, and it's still in road pattern, which is good. So what I've had to do is, this stupid space is it's the wrong size basically. I've had to put 4 washers in between the rose joint and the shift lever itself, just to space that out to give me dimension. And then I've had to put 3 oofing grate washers in between the shoulder that the lever runs on and the footrest hanger itself. So all this can be fitted with no modification. Is rubbish. The easy option is I'm just going to make up a spacer to replace that one there, which is the correct depth. And I'll also measure my stack of washers, and I'll do another version of this stupid thing to go in there. And we should be gold. It should be fine. However, they don't bloody tell you, oh yeah, you're going to need a big old stack of washers to get this job done. Everything you need's included. Oh shit. Alright, he's all back on. I have spaced this one out the same as the other side, because I don't want one peg in and one peg out. That would just be stupid. I do have a few other little jobs that, you know, just like this hose is too long, so that's going to get chopped down. That's quick and easy, and I've got to rebleed the brakes anyway. Oh joy and rapture, because this lot is a nightmare to bleed. The hydraulic switch is on its way, so I'll just do all that when that lot turns up. A few little bits and pieces to sort out on the front, but it is now 12:30 and I'm late, so I need to go to my work. I'll be back. That is really annoying. I don't know why, but the pin that holds the brake pads in is in there proper hard. I mean, it is solid. Initially just tried loosening it with this, that weren't happening. And to be fair, the pin is a little bit marred up anyway. So I've tapped it with a hammer, you know, with an Allen drive in, and also on the other end it's a WD-40. I've given it another go. I have been quite ginger, but I've just rounded it off. So I need to get another one. The good news is that I should be able to clamp this down on Brian, because it's all perpendicular to this face, and then I can drill that one out really carefully, like really carefully, without damaging the threads. We'll get him out, and then I can put another one in and carry on changing the pad. But that job is going to have to wait. What else have I done? Well, both handlebars is on. Headlamp is on, as you've seen. Clutch is all on, grips is on, switch gear is on, blah blah blah. I've still got wiring to do. I still need to find a home for the horn. And these stupid, horrible indicators, look at that. Yeah, they ain't going to work. These were originally bolted onto the headlamp brackets. However, the new headlamp bracket, and because we're dropping everything down sort of where it needs to sit, you can't put indicators there. So I've got some cheapy bar end ones coming. I'll just stick a hole in the end of those grips and it'll be fine. That'll get sorted. Right, what's the time? 12 o'clock. Oh yeah, battery's on charge as well. Forgot to say that, because it is a new battery. It's never been run, so I'm just giving it a charge up. I think I'm going to leave it there today. I've got a little bit of running about to do, and then I've got to get off to my work. So I'll be back tomorrow.